Well, how y'all are? It's your native Flor-xan. Got a shrimp Purloo on my mind, so let's get into it. Okay, so starting out, I prepped ahead. I got a half a pound of some bacon, half a bell pepper, half an onion, and about a medium stalk of celery. First thing, you can't make a Purloo without pig, so let's get some pig going. So again, I got a half a pound of bacon. We're just going to brown it down and have it release all that pig fat goodness. So if you don't know what a Purloo is kind of a second cousin to a jambalaya. And its roots go into low country cooking, which is basically from northern Florida up through the Carolinas. This originates from West Africa. So it's not like a lot of low country dishes that come from Gullah cooking, which is more southern Africa. This is Western Africa is where a lot of this comes from. So we're going to keep rendering down on our bacon, and I'll get back with you when it's nice and crispy. Alright, so our bacon's nice and crispy. We're going to go ahead and take that out. It's kind of strained. We want to keep that liquid pig in there as much as we can. I'm just going to place it on a paper towel, and then we'll move on with this dude. Alright, so we got our bacon grease here. We're going to go ahead and add our onion, celery, and our bell pepper. Now we're not looking to brown them up, we're just looking to soften them up. And watch your heat on this. I had to turn mine pretty good ways down. My grease was getting a little too hot. Can't beat that pig grease. Ladies, if your husband ain't too attentive and he's not paying a bunch of attention to you, put some of that bacon grease behind your ears. I guarantee you he'll show you some attention. Alright, the vegetables been cooking a couple minutes. I'm gonna add a couple of good cloves of garlic, probably about 2 tablespoons. Now this is andouille sausage. It's not typical you put andouille in a shrimp Purloo, but I like it, so I'm gonna put it in there. If you don't like it, or if you don't want to, or if you don't have it, don't worry about it. It'll be just fine without it. And while this is getting all nice and happy in there, I'm gonna add a little chupacabra Cajun seasoning. Not a bunch, just enough to give it a little bit of a bite. And I got 1 can of regular Rotel that I just kind of drained. We're gonna pitch that off in there as well. Give it a stir and keep going till your vegetables are nice and soft. Now for this recipe, a whole can of Rotel is probably a little bit too much, but I like it. You could use just a half a can and it'll come out just as good, but I actually like Rotel tomatoes, and so I use the whole can. Alright, next we're going to add 1 cup of rice. We're just kind of get that in there, and then as our liquid starts depleting, I got some seafood stock here. I got 2 cups. Now generally you would make you a shrimp stock for this, but since I'm in Indiana and fresh shrimp is hard to get, especially head-on shrimp, I'm just using a canned seafood stock for this. Oh, and go ahead and add back your bacon. You want to keep stirring it, because the idea here is to kind of put a little toast on that rice before we start introducing a bunch of liquid. Alright, so this has been going for a few minutes. I'm going to go ahead and add about 1 cup of our seafood stock. And then as this cooks, I'll come back and add more, just so we don't overdo it. Again, we're looking for a jambalaya consistency, not a soup. Alright, and like a lot of seafood you watch me cook, I like to add a little bit of Chardonnay just to give it that little bit of wine flavor. So as I'm stirring it, I'm starting to see my liquid deplete. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little more of our seafood stock. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of our stock. So that was 2 cups of stock. But you want to make sure you're keeping an eye on your heat and stirring that bottom. Alrighty, I'm gonna give this a stir. And again, where I'm at, I can't get fresh shrimp, so I got some frozen shrimp that I thawed. I'm gonna put them down in there and let them get all nice and happy and cooked up. Alright, so it's important while you're cooking, keeping this stirred, but also watching your liquid level. You know, you might be in a climate where you need to add a little more water or whatever. That's why I put the stock in there in stages, just so I can monitor that and not have too much or too little. So but just keep an eye on it, keep an eye on your heat. I'm gonna go ahead and just cover this up for now. We'll let it go another 4 or 5 minutes, and then we'll check out the rice and see if it's cooked all the way through. So I've been taking the lid off and giving this a stir occasionally, checking my rice. You can see what we got here. Let's try a piece of it. Not mushy. Good to go. So let me get this cleaned up and we'll try this doodad. All right, to finish this off, I am going to add the juice of half a lime, if I can get it out of there. And then I don't know if this is traditional or common, but I like to add, I got a little bit of green onion here, left over from something else. I'm going to chunk that off in there. All right, so this is how I like mine. I don't like it real dry. I like it just a little bit wet. Here you go, a Flor-xan shrimp purloo. Let's get us a fork and try this dude out. Down the chute. Man, that's good. And that little bit of andouille just makes it that much more better. Well, there you have it, folks. The Flor-xan shrimp purloo, low country dish, very good. What makes it better is if you can get that fresh shrimp, put them in there, and make your own shrimp stock. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. So I had to come back before my outro just to let y'all know that was so good. I actually ate 3 helpings of that. Like I said, it's second cousin to a jambalaya. A lot of the different flavor, but still just as good. So I recommend you giving it a try. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.